Yo, welcome back to the Heavenly Opinionated Podcast. It's your boy, Jamel Kijana, aka Melly Mel, aka whatever you want to call me, and with me I got...
It's your boy, it's your homie, it's the one your mama love, it's the family tree hugger, it's your boy, Playboy Troy. How we doing?
Man, we doing good. I can't complain. Who else I got with me in the building tonight?
Man, it's your one and only Cooley High, aka Frank Mason, aka Chasing the Franklin. But take the L-I-N off and you just got Frank. That's me. Where we at?
Hey, you know what it do? Yes, sir. All right, let's get into it, man. My Eagles caught the dub, beat the Cowboys. As y'all can see, Platinum Pat isn't here, but he has some things to handle. I think he ducking the smoke. But we talked about it off pod about the game, so he good. But I will say, damn, that was a good ass game. I'll say that. It was a very good game. Both quarterbacks played well. I'll say that. Both quarterbacks played well. I don't know what I could have expected out of either more of the quarterbacks. Defensively, Philly, what the fuck? You got Darius Slay and Bradbury just out there like they don't know who to guard and what to do. You let CeeDee Lamb cook. I would say Big Play Slay had that hit on Dak. I'll say that. He was a part of that hit. That was a big play when they put Dak on his ass. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, okay, I'm okay with it. I ain't mad at it. Yeah, I think it was him and Cunningham, the linebacker, that was part of that tackle. And I think that was before the 2-point conversion, where he that was the play before. That was the play before, I think, or something like that, where he tried to scramble, he got put on his ass, and then I think after that, they also had the unlucky pass with Shoemaker, where the knee was down and he caught it. And then later, Dak, he was running to the other side of the end zone, but this time he said, I'm going out of bounds. And he tried to dive, but his foot was out before he crossed on the 2-point. So they just got unlucky. I think that a lot of people were talking about penalties. I could see what they mean. That some people are saying, they both had 10 penalties, but it was different. You know what I'm saying? I think not the amount of penalties matters. It's more about when you get your calls. If I get 5 calls in the first half, but only 2 in the second half, that's different than if I get no calls in the first half, but I get 6 in the second. It's going to be different because it's like, damn, it's not. It's more about moments than it is about numbers.
I know where you just tighten it up.
Yeah, or something, or just like more controversial. Like if I keep calling your team, if most of your penalties were on first down, you know what I'm saying? That's different than most of my penalties were on third and fourth down conversions. You know what I'm saying? Those are going to be different too. So I think that played a little bit of a role. And I've seen this twice with Philly. I know earlier we were talking about Miami, how they had no calls and we had like 8 or 9 or whatever for us. So it's like, okay, I see the penalties are starting to. We're in our favor, but I ain't mad at it because we're not the only team in the league that get that treatment. So, and not the first team in history too, as well. So, what else was there? There's one more factor. I think Dallas just couldn't get a run game going, so that allowed Philly to just take up most of the clock. Like Dallas was moving, but you were moving too quick, and we were eating up drives. You know what I'm saying? We ate up most of the third quarter. So I think that definitely played it. Yeah, that played a role, and they weren't able to really cook that much. But I think the biggest. Definitely us, because the Bradley Shell worked 30 times. Like Bradley Shell worked like 30 times. I was like, oh yeah, I had no fear. I had no fear about them stopping it. Dallas isn't a team that I would see like, they might be able to stop it. I would think a team like a Cleveland Browns or a who was the team that kind of stopped it. The Commanders could stop it. They had a D-line. So I just think Dallas isn't that. They're a little bit more star when it comes to the defense more than it is like tough and grit when it comes to the D-line. So I wasn't thinking that they were going to be able to stop it. One thing I did notice, the Jalen Hurts injury, shout out to him. Boy, they must have gave him that juice during halftime. Because that hit that he took, I forgot number 90 for Dallas, but he landed on Jalen's whole from the knee down. And then he was slow to get up. He limped. He finished the drive, but just handed it off for the most part. And then he went into halftime a little wobbly. So I was worried about that because he did have the knee injury already prior, and that was that same knee. So I'm like, boy, they must have given him some. Yeah, he feeling it today because hey, they must have gave him that juice or something. Because I'm like, yo, how did he come back and play a hell of a game and scramble a few more times in the second half? So other than that, that's my observation of the game. Pretty good game though.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't able to watch it, but I saw some of the highlights, and I was like, okay, this was a really good game. From the highlights I saw, it looked like it was I wouldn't say nail biter, but it was a back and forth slugfest of a football game, which I'll probably go back and check it out on like the NFL Network and everything. But from my standpoint, it seemed like it was a good game, and what he's talking about, it was a great game. I want to see what I want. I want to make sure I be here when Platinum P comes back, so I can hear what he thinks about his Cowboys. Because he says he's not the most delusional Cowboys fan, but I want to hear what he thought on that game.
Yeah, that's what every fan say. That's what every Cowboy fan say. I'm not one of them.
I'm not the problem. I'm the exception to the rule. They're delusional.
Exactly. Anything else, Cooley? I see you repping the Birds. How do you feel about yesterday's game? Did you watch? What's going on with it?
Pain.
Mm.
It was hard to watch. It was. I'm gonna say this right. If you draft a running back as high as you do, you put that much into a pick, and he fumbles, right? He fumbles. He's a rookie. He's gonna fumble. He's gonna mess up. You just go away from him. Okay. I don't like the coaching. I don't like how the game was called from the offensive perspective. Our defense played good, and our defense played well, like really good in the first half. But it's like if you don't give them any help, it's hard to maintain that level of intensity throughout the whole fourth quarter. And in the second half, we gave them some momentum and they ran with it, and they just kept it going. That last drive was hard to watch. It was very hard to watch. I saw it coming, but yeah, for right now, I don't trust the coach. I don't think the coach has trust. I think the coach is losing trust in his own self. I think the coach is losing trust in his players that he picked on the field. And it's very unfortunate because we have a very solid team. But it's like, sometimes I feel like he's not getting them boys. Like, we're not making adjustments. We just keep doing the same thing. And we want different results. We're not making the necessary adjustments. So until I see that, I feel like we're gonna be on a slump. We're gonna keep losing close games. We're gonna win close games and we're gonna lose close games. So that's where I'm at right now with my Falcons. I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm a who we play. I don't even know who we play next week, but yeah, they were hard to watch, and the defense, they did the best they could. They got smoked fourth quarter, but we gotta be more consistent on offense. Just what it is. We had a safety in the first, like the defense was playing great. We had a safety, forcing the punt a lot of times, but it just you can't keep that up. It just something had to give, and they made it more like enough football play to win that game. So there you go. And it was tough too. We lost at home. It was just all bad all around. So, that's my take.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. Red Zone.
So you could hear it in my voice.
Yeah, definitely sad moment. Like it brought me down a little bit. I was hyped talking about my Eagles, and I'm like, damn.
Mel, can you do me a favor? When you go to edit this,
oh God,
can you put a black and white filter and sad ass music behind Frank while he's telling the story? So we can all feel it.
Oh man,
pain. See me, I'm going to speak on Patriots. We lost to the Commanders. We did. Third quarter we gave up the game, but he's just no pain. I'm like, man, you know what? We already set the season over with. Like I already knew we wasn't gonna win. Well, I expected us to win this game, but hey, it is what it is. But he believes
It's
every
just like
week.
you see flashes of what the team could be. Like the potential is definitely there. But not every time, but these last couple of games in them crucial moments, we kind of
Yeah, that's how it's looking, man. That's unfortunate. Whew.
Don't
I've
worry,
been there though.
Amazon Prime you some chloride swipes so you can keep.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Or the Kleenex, you know.
see,
Go ahead.
he's talking from the grave, ladies and gentlemen. So he's already accepted that his team.
Just come on to the grave. Don't worry. Just come on to the grave.
Yeah, I think I'm a zombie.
Hey, I don't. Let me see who else, because you said you don't know who they play next week. Who knows? Maybe you guys get a win. Hold on, I'm being.
No speaking hyper.
Y'all got the Cardinals next week. Y'all got the Cardinals next week. That's a dub.
Boy, oh boy.
That's a dub.
If
That's
we
a
lose
dub.
to the Cardinals, this season is over. This season is over. I'm gonna just say that. If we can't beat the Cardinals, we don't deserve to be in the playoffs. Just let's load up for next year.
Yeah, we will have to see about that. Dang.
If it makes you feel better, your Atlanta Hawks are doing good.
Hey, let's see.
Now,
4-2.
Number one.
Rolling into the NBA. How the Hawks feeling? How they? I don't really have a team, so I just like to. I'm a connoisseur of the sport itself. I just watch.
They're on a 4-game winning streak.
Okay.
They on a 4-game winning streak. They beat New Orleans. They beat the Pelicans.
Okay.
They beat Washington. They beat Minnesota. And they beat Milwaukee. So they should be feeling good. I mean,
You're on the high right now.
They're on the high right now, Going into the in-season tournament coming up, in-season tournament games coming up, they should be on the high.
Okay,
me personally,
look out for my Hawks. The season just started, so I haven't really been paying attention to them. I've been watching like games here and there, the New York Knicks. The ones they focus on, the marketed ones. So I'm seeing Milwaukee. Milwaukee look good. So the fact that we beat Milwaukee, that gives me some high hopes. Milwaukee looking good. Golden State Warriors looking good.
I say, because I was able to catch some of the in-season game tournament games. I thought it was right. I was able to catch the Warriors game, the Warriors in the OKC game, which was really a great game. Like, it was a really back and forth game.
Yeah, okay.
If you don't know, OKC is coming
without the boy.
It was a great game without Shea Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dort, he went 8 for 8, I want to say, or to start off he went 8 for 8 or something like that, and we went 5 for 5 from the 3-point line. So it's like Chet was going off. Man, it was like they were going back and forth. In the Bay Area, I'm gonna catch those Warriors games more, but it was a good game. Like OKC, they coming. They basically gonna be in the playoffs. OKC should be in the playoffs. Sacramento should be in the playoffs. New Orleans definitely should be in there, but with the CJ McCollum injury, that's gonna be real questionable. Real questionable for New Orleans once again, because the past couple of years has been Zion being hurt. That's been the storyline for New Orleans Pelicans. Can Zion be healthy? Right now, the question now is, can CJ make it? After he just had the lung injury. So that's going to play a big factor into their team. Because if he out for the season, he's their point. He's their starting point. So it's going to be it's going to be crazy for them. Because all they got after that is, I want to say, Jose, and Jose's hurt, if I'm correct. Jose Altuve, and he's kind of small
He's
compared to the rest
capable of
of the
filling that spot, but they're not gonna elevate today to where they need to be if CJ
no.
McCullough not.
Because then the Pelicans need everybody on deck as best as possible. And that's been their problem for the past couple of years, is the fact that they have so many injuries. But the in-season tournament has been great so far to me. I think it's cool. I'm not like against or anything. It's basically like every Friday, I think, is there is a
From
tournament
what
game.
I could tell, Charlotte looked good.
Yeah.
The Hornets looking good. One particular player that is balling right now. I'm gonna put some spotlights on players real quick. Wemby, he's bona fide. He's ready to go. He's legit.
All-star.
He's everything. All-star. He's everything that was the hype was. I'm gonna say that. Jalen Brunson out of New York, he's balling. My boy Jalen Brunson balling. And with that, now you already know you got to talk about good old shoot my shot, Randall.
Boom,
Good
boom.
old
Shooters gonna
Randall.
shoot, baby.
Shooters gonna
Shooters
shoot,
gonna
Randall. Hey,
The worst shooter in the league. Shooters gonna shoot.
if they don't make the playoffs, just know, New York Knicks fans, it's because of your boy. You ain't got nobody to point the finger at. Point the finger at that boy Julius Randle.
Yeah, if they need to go after Karl Anthony Towns after this.
Shooter.
Because I can see Randall over there in Minnesota. Like, bring Cat over to New York. Give him.
If Randall keep playing like this, we're gonna start calling him another name. Kwame Brown.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No, not the Kwame.
Shout out to the home team.
No,
Shout out to
not Kwame about to start
boy.
making YouTube videos about us. So.
Hey, and he said, heavily opinionated. Them some little boys. Like, oh, here we go.
Oh, there we go. Here we go.
Oh man, I ain't trying to hear that.
But
yeah,
the tournament looks like, I guess there are games every Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah, I have a little bit of critique about it, about the tournament, and maybe this is just like the mindset of soccer. So it's like I see because I see what they're trying to do with the group stage, and I think most people think of group stages and stuff and think of soccer sometimes in the World Cup and the Champions League. So it's like, okay, so I see you're trying to emulate the style of competition. I think they should also emulate the culture of the competition. So the way sometimes soccer teams will do it, excluding the Champions League, because that's different. That's also something that's more that would involve other leagues. So let's just speak on the domestic part of it, because soccer teams have domestics, whether it be like the Copa del Rey or what is it, the DFB Pokal and the FA Cup in England. So they have these different domestic cups, and a lot of the times, since those cups aren't as like huge compared to the Champions League or just like your regular league games in general, they tend to play their reserves sometimes or players from their academy. So if this tournament isn't going to get any more, like one comment I see all the time when ESPN posts something that's not about LeBron, what does it do for LeBron's legacy? Okay, so that's how I want to use that term, because what does an in-season tournament do for a LeBron's legacy or a KD's legacy or a Jokic's legacy? It doesn't really do much. But I think it would really help if you kind of used, let's just say, you play your starters, or you maybe play a few guys. Like, let's just say I'm the Bucks. Maybe I'll play Dame, but I'm not going to play Giannis. I'll bring in one of my G League guys for the tournament who that plays Giannis's position. Or you bring in some of the guys that don't get that much play time throughout the regular season. I think that would make it look cool. So that way you kind of gives you, and it's also before the trade deadline. So it kind of gives you like teams to see, oh, I might want to trade for that guy. He's actually pretty good.
Just for that reason, to make sure that the stars play.
And I don't think that I think you can implement that without the tournament. I think you can implement it with the 65 games. I think the tournament.
What you're talking about is a great idea, but it's a great idea when this tournament has been fully established. When we got some legs actually going under it.
Yeah.
Because I say, if you do that now on its first year of it going, you're like, bro, I'm not trying to watch no G League players right now. Because it's not.
No. I'm not saying G League players. I'm just saying bring in some guys. I'm saying because even when soccer does it, If I have Messi on my team,
you gotta get that established. You gotta get that established. That's what I'm saying. Like we have to get it. So like right now, right? They just made changes to the All-Star break that like with the rookie when it used to be the rookies versus sophomores for the Rising Stars Challenge, and that turned into the USA versus the World Challenge because it was like okay, we got enough European or international players, we can start changing around. With the same situation now is that with the in-season tournament, let's get the viewership numbers up. Let's make it important for you to actually watch it right now, and then we can start
developing the culture of it. Yeah, I get that.
Because like you want to get those eyes to it first. Because really,
yeah, that's true.
If you think about this, if they didn't apply those rules that they made at the start of the season, nobody would care. Because Kawhi and them would sit out, LeBron would sit out. No, like nobody really. A lot of people would just sit out because they don't care. They wouldn't even be. Because really, what you playing for? LeBron James get paid $16 million, and you're playing for $500,000. Like. That's nothing to him. But it's important to the 11th and 12th man, the rookies on the contracts that barely could get that.
And that's what I'm saying. Those are the guys that are going to play harder for it anyway, too. Because even if I do have LeBron playing, who's to say he's not going maybe 67? And I hate to say that about his effort towards the game, but let's just be honest. That's just smart basketball. You don't put 100% until the postseason, honestly. But you also don't cruise through the regular. But I'm saying, it still doesn't have that same weight. But for those guys who are like at the bottom of the roster or on the G League team, it makes it like, oh, damn, this is my time. And it's also before the trade deadline. So now if I ball out, let's just say,
give them more playing time.
It gives, I would say, because even if all the NBA players in the NBA stars of today, like let's just say we take the NBA All-Star roster from this year and we say, oh, all of them did play in the in-league tournament. So all of those guys played, but it holds no weight because we really care about, okay, is this All-Star going to get a ring at the end of the year? But it might hold weight more if it's like, oh, this was a young guy. It's kind of like you're meshing summer league, the summer league tournament. You're meshing it with within the regular season, but you still have your regular season roster playing. You still have LeBron. Let's just say LeBron only plays in like 2 or 3 of the NBA. What do you call them? The in-league tournament. He only plays in a few games, or you play him without AD. And I'm just saying, I'm not saying like, oh, it has to be all young guys. It has to be all the bottom roster, the non-starters. I'm saying, yeah, rest a few of them. I feel like the league tournament should be a way to kind of rest some of your stars. So you could be like, oh, well, okay, look at the Clippers, for example. Okay, let's not play Kawhi for this tournament. Let's just play Paul George, James, and Russ a little bit, and let some of these our younger point guard take over, or let the younger power forward or whatever spot Kawhi few of them. Yeah. And then maybe if we make it,
I agree with you. We just gotta get the legs under.
That's valid. That's valid though.
Start implementing a culture into it and getting the younger guys into it because, like you said, right now, all it is a summer league tournament. That's all it is. It's literally summer league, but in the middle of the season tournament. In the middle of the season, with the regular roster, that's all it is. Because this is exactly what summer league is. Basically, a bunch of group play until you play in the tournament in a single elimination. It's literally the same as that thing. But the problem is right now, we just got to get those numbers up to people who actually care about the season.
Yeah, that's
about the tournament.
They trying to manufacture a reason for people to pay attention to the regular season.
Because nobody, if like me, I'm a basketball. I love the NBA and I like basketball, but I don't really care about the season until it's really Christmas time. Really,
that's what I remember. Me and Rose had a conversation earlier this year about saying NBA should start on Christmas Day because now that the NFL is doing Christmas Day games. This past year, the NFL surpassed the NBA. In the NFL's first year doing Christmas games, they surpassed the NBA because niggas wasn't really watching the NBA even then. At that time last year, because like you said, people don't start watching till Christmas. So it's like, how about tip off on Christmas?
Football, we're around Christmas time. We're getting to the part
stakes are higher. Yeah,
stakes are higher. The games mean really more. Like for the NBA, that's just exactly. You're not even in the middle. You're not even in the middle.
Yeah, but if you tip off on that day, the stakes aren't high, but it's still eye appealing because we haven't seen basketball since January or since June. So it's like, yeah, like a lot of people are still saying, "Oh, the beginning of the season," but we still all watch tip off day.
Yeah.
So it's like if you have tip off day Christmas, you don't lose Christmas because NFL does the same numbers they did last year, and the games last year weren't even that good. The only team that went to the playoffs that year was, I think, Miami when they played Green Bay. But I think Tom Brady, he beat the Cardinals, and that game helped them get into the playoffs a few weeks later. But other than that, those games, and then I think the Rams blew out some team.
Putting on a great schedule, which they usually do put on a great schedule on paper.
It was on paper. On paper, it did look good.
It's a great schedule until those people that were supposed to play are injured and they're sitting out the games. And, bro, I'm a basketball fan. And when I started seeing that, I'm like, bro, ain't no reason for me to watch the game. I'll just watch football then. If I turn the game and I see the Knicks versus the Bucks, and I'm like, okay, Jalen Brunson going off, okay. But you know
what I'm saying?
And I'm like, but now, okay, now they got Damian Lillard. I'm like, okay, cool. Jalen Brunson's playing. Damian Lillard's not playing.
Yeah, they're in danger of losing Christmas. You're in danger of losing Christmas, man.
So it's like, bro,
in the biggest NBA days are Christmas, All-Star Weekend in terms of the regular season, or Christmas and All-Star Weekend. So how about here's what you do. You do the in-season tournament as the preseason, and then you start off, because when does the in-season tournament end? Like the end of this month? Probably.
It ends December 9th. Literally.
Yeah. So, okay, you go to December 9th, do the little tournament, and now that gives you like 2 more weeks. And then you do the tip-off on Christmas. That's just how I would do it. But they're not going to see it that way because that would also reduce the games to maybe like, 50 or 60 instead? Unless you extend the playoffs into deeper parts of the summer. That's up to you. But, they say the Olympics and things. So
Olympics and everything.
Yeah, so I would reduce the number of games to 50-something. Do the in-season tournament with a mixture of the new guys, the young guys, and the regular guys as a preseason tournament. Mm-hmm. So it kind of adds a little bit to the preseason. It's like, oh, okay, cool. We going in with a little something. Give them 2 weeks off after that to kind of rest, because you make it kind of like a bubble thing too. That's what they really should do. Make the league thing a bubble too. But they need to pay me for this. But give them 2 weeks off.
I can't stay in a hotel for no week. I can't do that.
I need my freedom.
Away from life.
But it's not gonna be. It wouldn't be like that. It would just be more like this tournament is in the city this year. And now that city gets to make some money, and then boom, you go to or you could do it.
You do it.
They need to pay.
And then the champion hosts each year. Whoever wins the preseason tournament this year hosts it the next year. So now it's like, so let's just say this year.
I like that.
I like that.
Or you give me they get an automatic playoff berth.
See, that's the problem with that because of seeding. If I give you an automatic playoff berth, what seed do I put you at?
Wherever your record places you.
Okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
Even if you win the tournament and you automatically go get in the playoffs anyway, that just go ahead and lock that up. You're already in there. But if you say, like the Hornets wins it, right? The Hornets wins it. That gives them an automatic bid. Say they end up like the 11th seed, 11th or 12th.
See, they won't like that because they'll say teams won't play the regular season though.
No, here you go. This is how you do it. If they sit there on the outside skirts of the playoffs, they have to play that 10th seed. They'll have to play that 10th seed for their play.
Okay, so yeah, I can see that. I would like that every way to play in.
You still give them that one more shot to get in. Because that's all it is. Or you could just give them that automatic seed, so then they automatically in the play-ins. So you could work it so many different ways.
Yeah.
But the problem is you have people who don't want to work it. It's like, well, we don't
because
like
and then even that method they would lose money anyway. Because like I said, I'm already talking about reducing games, putting the tournament before the season. And also with that would also mean that tournament doesn't apply to your record either. Because that's one thing I don't like about this in-season tournament. It applies to the record. And that just goes to show that they really just want everybody to play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, because it's like, damn, the tournament. That's one thing that the soccer culture, going back to the soccer thing, they don't account that.
The only reason is because the players didn't want it to be set where it's like, oh, we playing more than 82 games. So it's like,
but when I reduce them, so technically we're not reducing the games because I'm adding the tournament games.
yeah.
So it really wouldn't even be 80.
So it's like they wanted it to count towards the records because they didn't want it to affect the 82 games. But if you think about it, if you go to the championship, you're going to play 83 games anyway, so it doesn't matter. The two teams that go to the championship plays an extra game anyway than everybody else. So who cares? I'd rather do it like you say. When we start the tournament,
Tournament is preseason. Give them 2 weeks.
No. Before preseason is only like.
No, but I'm saying the tournament is the preseason because the tournament is the preseason. The tournament starts. Let's just say the beginning of November, and it lasts a month. It's technically the preseason. Give them 2 weeks off, and then tip off the actual regular season on Christmas. That's how I see it. Because that way, that preseason tournament gets you kind of ready to watch basketball again. Takes a quick break because we got to give them a break because that tournament might have been a lot. But then also the tournament allows you to implement the younger guys that just finished summer league and the older guys that are ready to play some basketball. So it kind of mixes both because that's what you do in the preseason anyway. You play both of them anyway. But let's make the preseason a competition as the tournament instead of using it in the middle of the season and then just tip off on Christmas.
I mean, I'd rather just have it start. I'd rather just have the season start either have it start mid-November or just have it start at the starting of December. Have it, and the tournament starts off the season. Like
that too.
That
too. Yeah.
Is an in-season tournament.
And the finals on Christmas.
And we have it, and then the finals. Yeah. Have the championship.
I like that too. That it starts off the season.
You have the semi. You have the championship, and you have the
the third place game like they do in World Cups and stuff. Yeah.
The consolation game on Christmas the Christmas Day too. You have that before.
Yeah, and that way,
because they already in the championship and everything. The championship and the semifinals are all in Las Vegas anyway. So you're going to have all those teams there anyway. So why not just go have both of those games there already in Las Vegas? And then if you want to have if the Lakers and Celtics are not going to be in the tournament, go ahead.
Yeah, you do like some surprise schedule. You start other teams' schedule that week. But that would be, excuse me, that'd be a lot logistically to run out. But they can do it. But I like the way we just broke it down. The way we just did it, that's a perfect world.
Broken out so many ways. But I think the NBA just trying to throw it out there right now to get some legs on.
Yeah.
So
and also the way we just planned it, also all that stuff we just planned it, that don't make the best money. The plan we just developed doesn't make more money. Yeah, we made it for fans and for culture and just for impact and just that good feel that we would watch basketball on a Christmas morning. And the stakes on Christmas. Because like you said, the stakes on Christmas don't mean that much. Even as a kid, it was like, this is a regular season game, but it just felt so powerful. Like, niggas was using that as a tool next year. Like, nigga, we beat you on Christmas last year. Nigga, neither of us made the playoffs.
Because it's like, yo, I just tell you about how the Warriors and the Cavs played in, I want to say, 2017. After the final, when they faced off again.
They had the alternate jerseys and stuff back then, too.
Yeah, and everybody eyes was glued on that matchup because you're like, bro, this is about to be the finals in a couple months anyway.
Yeah.
So let's see what they're looking like. And the game really went down it wasn't a blowout. It went down to the last minute of the game, to be honest with you. It was a great game because it's stuff like that makes you enjoy those games a little more. The custom jerseys, the different floors, and just the whole entire aura around a Christmas game, an NBA Christmas game, was so important at that time. And I would say it's the same you get for NFL Thanksgiving game.
I was about to go to that. But see, that's different, though. The Detroit Lions got to get that shit. It's like the Lions, they give like the oldest teams the same. It's always the Packers and the Lions, or the Cowboys and somebody, or the Bears get something.
It's a way of life.
It's just
Yeah.
And you can say that the same thing about the NBA because they do.
Maybe.
The Bucks, Celtics, the Knicks, the Lakers, the Warriors.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing, though. Those are all teams that have been hot this year. We say the Bucks, but before Giannis, the Bucks wasn't playing on Christmas. The thing with the NFL is it don't matter how bad this team is. The Lions have been. That's what I'm saying. The NFL has said no. These are the teams, no matter what year, how bad they're doing. The NBA is like, okay, who's been consistently in making it out of the second round, or at least getting to the cup. Like these teams, the teams that have been good the last 2 to 3 years, they're not going to straight up just give a team that was hot last year, like the Atlanta Hawks, the year they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. They didn't get Christmas next year because it's like, y'all wasn't like, y'all just had one good season. We're not about to give you Christmas Day. We gonna give teams that have been good for the last 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Like things like
Philly be getting games.
Like the rivalry between the Grizzlies and the Warriors. When John Morant was like, "We'll see y'all at Christmas in Memphis."
Yeah.
Draymond was like, "Bro, we the champions. We ain't coming to Memphis for Christmas."
I'm looking at the Thanksgiving schedule. We got the Packers and the Lions early morning. Late afternoon, we got Commanders and the Cowboys divisional game, and then Seahawks and the 49ers at night. Then for Christmas, I think they also said they're going to have like a Black Friday game too the day after that. Yeah, they said the Dolphins and the Jets will play on Black Friday. So it's like, damn, they just running the NFL trying to take all the holidays, honestly. Just trying to take it up.
Listen to this NBA schedule now for Christmas. You got the Bucks versus the Knicks.
Wait. Do we have any NBA Thanksgiving? Even though I know nobody really watches NBA and plays game. Is there?
Let me check.
Because I think they might try to. Well, shit, that might be a tournament game. Well, no, it's a Thursday.
No,
Thanksgiving is Thursday. Yeah, I was about to say Thanksgiving is on Thursday.
Games are either on Tuesday or on
Friday. Yeah.
So it's like I prefer. I think they should do something on Thanksgiving. If I was them, I would do something on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I mean, but they usually don't. Not that I remember. No, they ain't doing nothing Thanksgiving. That's it. No. Missed opportunity.
The Detroit versus Green Bay, that's a historic Thanksgiving rivalry.
Yeah, it is. Cowboys and anybody. I think last year the Cowboys did the Giants.
On Thanksgiving, the Cowboys always play on Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And that last game, sometimes it's the Niners, sometimes it's just whoever. You know, they'll just throw some. It'd be the Patriots. Patriots used to get some Thanksgiving games. They used to be the last game. It's like the Patriots and wasn't it like the Patriots and the Colts one time? They did a few Thanksgiving. Or the Steelers will get a Thanksgiving night game too.
Yeah,
they'll get a Thanksgiving game at night.
I mean, they're smart. Because they do, if it's a West Coast game, they do it early in the day. And then the East Coast games go at nighttime. In the NBA, they do it where the East Coast teams go early in the day, and then the West Coast teams go early.
They kind of do the East Coast games kind of early. Like the Detroit game is usually early. They be the first one. The first one,
yeah, because they've been so bad for these years. They're like, okay, get this one out. Dallas always gets a 4 o'clock.
Yeah, Dallas always get the time slot where you're at home with your family, actively eating, participating in the tradition.
Yeah.
I won't be celebrating Thanksgiving personally.
Yeah, I'm about to say NBA they're going to be only doing Black Friday games. They won't be doing.
Okay, that's interesting. Are they good matchups?
They always give them the day off. So you got the Suns versus the Grizzlies, and then you got the Celtics versus the Magic, Suns versus the Grizzlies. Oh, the ESPN games, you got Miami versus the Knicks, which is gonna be interesting to see. I'm gonna be probably watching that one. Then you got the Spurs versus.
Okay. This is Black Friday.
That's gonna be two nice games. Right there,
going back to the Thanksgiving game, I'm surprised. They usually have like Chicago.
That's what I was saying. Chicago always got an early window too sometimes. But yeah, the night game is always fluid. Like we were saying with the Steelers or the Colts or the Patriots, it is always fluid. And it's always a team because it's like that team could be anybody's team because at that point in Thanksgiving, everybody's starting to leave, people taking their turkey naps. You know, back when we was in that before we got out. Now, I don't know, a lot of people with Amazon and stuff and just, it's not a lot of Black Friday deals like that no more. So most people just kind of just kick it in the crib. Yeah, exactly. Amazon doing it online and people not trying to stand in the cold. But back growing up, you used to really find deals. That's what it is too. The deals aren't worth standing in line. And also stores are now just doing like, oh, we not open until we'll open up at 8 instead of 10 like usual. But it's like that's not Black Friday. Like opening up at 2 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, that
And to be, this is off the topic, but to be honest with you, ain't nothing really worth standing in line for anymore. Like back in the day, you know, they on Black Friday, they be
55-inch TVs for $100. Shoot, everybody about to stand in line. You know what I'm saying?
A brand new PS4 that's usually
$250.
That's
like shoot, yeah, the games used to be on sale, but 2K was now what $20. Like it was like okay,
bro, I gotta get there. I gotta be there.
You getting cameras for $50. Clothes is on sale. The mall used to be the spot, man. Black Friday.
Getting more violent about it stuff. So,
yeah, that's it. Well, see that back then they used to be crazy. It used to be crazy back then too. I think it's more now because yeah, that's true. They was gonna stomp on you.
Yeah.
They'll run over you. I remember growing up seeing videos of people getting ran over. I'm like, all right, when we go to Black Friday, we're getting ran over. Having to execute a plan of how we about to go about the mall. Overthrow Mall on Black Friday? Oh my gosh. What?
Oh man. Brothers used to be walking around there smoking with
oh yeah, people used to just be doing whatever because it was so packed in there. There wasn't even, you know, you were good. And Overthorpe Mall, and that was around the time the Overthorpe just started opening up at 1 a.m. I remember they would just open up at 1, you know, and there was it was like an era of Black Friday that went from stores opening at like 4 and 5. That was when I was really young. To then stores opening up at midnight. And just staying 24 hours or whatever. Or and then now you got some that don't even close on Thanksgiving. Yeah, the NFL December games or the Christmas Day games are going to be, because Christmas is on a Monday, so most of the games are going to be on Christmas Eve, the day before anyway. But we got the Raiders and the Chiefs at 1. That's a dub for the Chiefs. Giants and the Eagles, we get the 4:30 window. And then Ravens and the 49ers at night. That's an okay roster, but is it good enough to take away the NBA's? You think so? No, that's the Christmas Day games. The Chiefs, yeah, I'm about to say the Chiefs and the Raiders. Okay, the Christmas Day games it's a Monday, so you're gonna get the ESPN probably. It's gonna be like a Monday night thing, but all day type thing. So it's already on a Monday. All the other games just happened the day before on Christmas Eve, so that helps. You got everybody already watching this shit all day anyway. And then you got the Chiefs and the Raiders at 1. Giants at the Eagles at 4:30. And I think it said the 49ers at the Ravens at night.
I don't care to watch really the Niners and the Ravens.
The last one. Yeah. That last one. Yeah. Them other two are blowouts.
The Christmas schedule for the NBA, right? You got the Bucks and Knicks at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's starting us off. Bucks and Knicks. The Warriors versus the Nuggets.
Ooh.
The Celtics versus the Lakers.
Ooh.
The 76ers versus the Heat. And then the late night game will be the Mavs versus the Suns.
Mavs versus the Suns? I felt like the Nuggets and Warriors should have been the late night. But this is Christmas night. Yeah.
They always have the worst game of the night.
The last one, yeah.
Because usually,
yeah, it's like by last they're talking 10 o'clock last. So yeah, not 8.
Yeah, the primetime games are usually the morning games. Those morning games are
I would say early afternoon, the second game. But sometimes, no, you're right. The first game always ends good. Those first, if I'm thinking Christmas, I'm thinking Christmas. The first game ends good.
Okay, all right, this is a good game I should watch. Then the third game be the best game of the day. Because it'd be the best, like, just how they got the Celtics versus the Lakers. Of course you're going to watch that. That's
I know, but I think it's going to be a blowout either way. I don't think that was going to. Let's see.
Then you're going to get, that's going to be definitely a blowout. But then you're going to get to the grimy game with the 76-8 the whole time game. And that's when the Mavericks and Suns, you can miss that.
Yeah.
That's a game.
So Nuggets and Warriors are the second game or the first?
The Warriors are the second game.
Who's the first game? You said Bucks and the Knicks?
The Bucks and the Knicks. Which is going to be a good game.
Yeah, that should be. Yeah, that'd be a good game to wake up to.
It should be a good game. With Cooley's boy playing.
Yeah,
So, I'll be happy to see
that.
Speaking of shoot your shot. Oh, go ahead.
But, hold up. But this is how I know the NBA, this is the NBA thing. If they're going to make sure the Knicks play on a Christmas Day, and they're going to always make sure they play in New York.
Yeah.
Or Boston. Or LA.
Anytime. They're going to guarantee, but you're either going to get you a Boston game or a LA game. And I mean, in the Lakers playing. And they're playing in the Lakers. They're going to play in LA. The Celtics going to play.
Ooh, nice. Okay. That should be good.
Classic.
All games going to be in New York, Denver, LA, Miami, and in
this holiday season, boy, this going to be, that's nice. Holiday. Let me see before. No, I was about to see, is there NFL like New Year's game? They got New Year's Eve games on NFL. That's a Sunday, I guess. Yeah, the 31st looks like it might be a Sunday. So I was about to say, is there any other holidays that we're missing out? I was like, New Year's. Are there any New Year's games? Yeah, I was about to say, they did New Year's too. So what they got?
There's going to be one game on TV technically for you to watch, and that's really good.
Which one?
Today is the Timberwolves versus the Knicks.
Timberwolves versus the Knicks. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think the New Year's at that point. I don't think nobody's really fishing for the leagues are really fishing for eyes. People are partying. Oh yeah, I'm bugging. Yeah, the New Year's Six bowls, and then everyone's and that's gonna be college football is hell of a season. You let them have that.
Reason for you to be like, we got to beat them in rating. Let them have that. Please.
Yeah, that's all they got. Because they
really the other weeks. You really Saturday. Yeah, people watch college football on Saturdays, but you be doing stuff on Saturdays too. So it's like Saturdays you can let
if it's not your team. College football is more about I'm gonna watch my team. You know. And I'm not really watching everybody. I'm a connoisseur of college football. I'm watching everybody. I'm watching HBCUs. I'm watching PWIs. I'm watching everybody. I'm always like that, but that's just me. I know the majority, people are like, I'm going to watch whatever team I like. If I'm a fan of USC, I'm going to watch them. Exactly. I'm a Michigan fan. I'm watching the Michigan game. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to take a peek at SSU games and Georgia Southern games.
Yeah, always the local ones. Yeah, got to always be on the lookout for them. Yeah, it was an interesting week in college football. A little bit slow. Caleb Williams he had his last chance to beat Michael Penix and maybe put himself back in the Heisman race, but he had a great game. His team, or whether he's at USC, he don't coach defense, so they just couldn't get the dub. And I saw videos. A lot of people were talking about his emotions, and I was like, "Hey, man,
it's football.
He's entitled to him. Yeah, it's football. You know what I'm saying?
No, not even that. He's a human being.
Exactly.
Let him, man. He's going to have emotions. Everybody's not a bum.
You're watching him lose real time. Like, you're gonna have to caution.
Did you guys see the video or the clip that they're referring to?
The one that he's hugging his mom.
Yeah, and he's like covering his face, and people were just really like down on him for him. I'm like, dang, the man realized that was my last chance at a Heisman. Playoff hopes ended last week when we lost to Utah. And Heisman hopes just went away just now. And I did all I could. Don't get me wrong. He did have one of or two bad games earlier in the season against Notre Dame to 3 picks in a row, that's unacceptable of a Heisman candidate, just being honest. But
hey, look,
it's like, dang.
All you do now is look towards the NFL.
Yeah, that's all he can do.
Being drafted number 1. That's all you can do.
I don't think he will,
At
though.
this point,
Because the worst team right now is the Panthers, and they just got a quarterback. So I don't think he'll go number 1. He'll be like number 2 or 3. It just depends on the rankings.
Bryce Young been looking like trash.
You don't. Carolina would have to break history for going number 1 2 years in a row.
Bryce
And
Young
pick-
and C.J. Stroud, who just threw 5 touchdowns.
They wanted C.J. Stroud,
So
and they made it known.
let's be honest now. If you're a GM for a football team and you go, damn,
Last year,
get him at number
yeah,
1, we got him.
you got that chance to get somebody else this year. I see what you mean.
And I'm never gonna be like we gotta give up on the future right now.
Okay.
This is, like you said,
Yeah.
this is Bryce Young's first year. But say we're going NBA reference real quick. Say if I'm the New Orleans Pelicans and I had the chance to pick either RJ Barrett or Zion Williamson, and I pick RJ Barrett, and the next team picks up Zion Williamson, and I'll see what Zion Williamson come out to be. Boy,
I get that. But then you also have this situation where you have Marvin Harrison Jr. They said he might be the next wide receiver to win the Heisman, or the first one, not the most recent one since Devontae won it the COVID year. And so they're looking at Marvin Harrison Jr. like, hey, if I'm Carolina, he don't have a receiver. You know, they traded away, what's his name, before DJ Moore or whatever his name was. They traded him, and the Thielen guy is good, but he's up there in age. He's a veteran. You need the young guy to build with. I would go get Marvin Harrison at number 1 or get him some O-line protection. You don't have to get Caleb Williams. He is the number 1 overall pick in Chicago. Chicago traded. Chicago had the opportunity to get Bryce Young.
he's the number 1 overall
Quarterback, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to do. Yeah, and that's what we got to do, because if I don't need a quarterback like Chicago, they traded back with Charlotte because they were like, or Carolina, because they were like, we have Justin Fields. We don't need Bryce Young. It's turning out to look kind of it would have been a lateral move, honestly. But they're very similar in play styles. So it's like, maybe you could have just, you just need to hold off on that number 1 and trade back. So I can see Carolina trading back. Yeah, I can see Carolina trading back possibly if they're the worst team this year, because they have 1 win, but the Giants still only got 2. The Patriots, I'll have 3, but streak maybe, and other teams start to lose. So we're only I think we're now at the halfway point, so we still got time to see who's going to be that number 1. It's looking like Carolina, but I don't want to count out the Giants, and I can see the Giants, even though they just played Danny Dimes, and they still need to pay Saquon. I can see them saying, fuck it, let's go get Caleb. I don't care about Daniel Jones at this point. It's been 5 years. How long we go? And he's out for the season. I'm drafting Caleb Williams.
They paid him.
Yeah, but do you not draft him because you paid all the money?
Hey, I think.
What are you doing in this situation?
To be honest with you,
The Giants because what they were supposed to do, they were supposed to pay Saquon Barkley, but instead of paying Saquon Barkley, because the NFL got this whole thing where we're not paying running backs no more. They give the money to the quarterback, and now.
I just forgot. Carolina doesn't have that pick because they traded it to Chicago. Chicago's going to have those 2 top picks. Because Chicago's going to finish in the top 5 worst. And so is probably Carolina. Because I was hearing something where they said Chicago has the opportunity to get Caleb Williams and Marvin Harrison, depending on where all. I like Justin Fields, but if I have the opportunity to get Marvin and Caleb, hit the reset. Hit the reset. Hit the reset, bro.
You don't really want to be here anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Yeah. And you don't like Chi-Town. You don't like it up here.
If I'm them, I know I want to send Justin Fields at. I'm
Atlanta?
sending his ass to Oakland.
Oh, yeah, Vegas. Yeah, you go to Vegas. Yeah, you good. You good.
I forgot. They not there.
Man, you right there. You keep reminding them.
No,
baby.
if you don't know,
Oh yeah, I'm about to say you probably don't get it. Like, yeah, that's what you call them because that's what they call. Yeah, that makes sense.
drop him off to the Raiders, man. Leave him to the Raiders. Or hey, if Atlanta want Justin Fields, I mean, sure. I mean, Atlanta take anything
I
they
think
can
we'll
get.
take
They're not
it.
gonna do nothing with it.
Ain't it?
Yeah, they'll take anything.
Yeah,
But you know, they ain't gonna do nothing with him. But
you have to see.
they'll take
Before we get up out of here, I did want to talk about Jordan Poole. I saw a video about this man. And he just out there balling, bro. He just don't care, bro. He just don't care, bro. They were saying like him and Kuzma were down 20, but they throwing like off the backboard.
that's what they want from you. Don't give them attention.
Don't
Who's
I love it, bro.
with red lips in his head? Why?
They don't care, bro. They balling, bro. You play for the Wizards.
Break.
give me that video. I did not see that.
Oh, I gotta find it. It's on TikTok somewhere. You have it? I don't know. Oh my god. I will send it to you, bro. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick.
You know, we just dropped a new episode. Go check out our predictions of Crown Royal. Our next episode, we'll be talking about Crown Jewel. Great pay-per-view. That'll be coming up on the We Are WrestleMania X2 podcast with your boy Playboy Troy and Easy Too Real. Also, go ahead and check out Missy's Bar if you're in the Savannah area. Get your face clean for the holiday. Go check out bq.masterpiece on Instagram, so you get you some custom shoes, some custom shirts, some custom hoodies, get you some beanies made. You know, you guys go ahead and continue to follow and support us on Instagram at heavily _opinionated. Go ahead and follow _WrestleMania X2 on Instagram. Also, go ahead and check us out on TikTok.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir. All the plugs right there.
wait, if you're in Atlanta, and if you
ATL.
go ahead and get you a ticket to Atlanta on December 15th so you can be at the Band of the Year and the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Is it Cricket? I don't care who it is. It's Celebration Bowl where all the HBCUs, all the HBCU mamas, HBCU daddies, HBCU dogs, everybody's showing up. Your mama, your grandma, your auntie, your
The
auntie,
whole
all
family, the whole
the
kinfolk,
whole
all my
cookout.
kinfolk.
Yeah.
We gonna do it.
All that.
We gonna do it big.
Yeah.
The penthouse will be there. Heavily Opinionated will be there. We gonna be up in Atlanta and hey Savannah, we might fall.
Don't let them know, man. It's gonna be lit, man. Shout out to y'all for rocking with heavily opinionated. If you stayed this long and listen this long, shout out to you, man. ATL December 15th and the 16th, we gonna be there. Heavily opinionated.